I've been playing music since I can remember. I played out a lot, toured a lot, and in the middle of all that, my mom got sick and she passed away. She was my biggest fan. All she wanted for me was to do my music. For me, I got to a point finally where the memories turned into making me laugh instead of making me cry. Time is the only thing that helped me get through all of it, and it still does.
Welcome to America Lost and Found. We are here at Studio 770's own Blueberry Suite studio. This is our kickoff event for the Blueberry Suite studio, and we have a wonderful guest here. And the reason I asked her to come is because I have been working with the name America Lost and Found since 2004, and it's because my sister Gina Boss disappeared in 2000. And in 2004, I had a TV series called America Lost and Found, and it aired for 22 weeks on the West Coast. And it was all about, it was like a news magazine story with 3 different missing person stories. And when that went off the air, I just felt like I needed to hold on to that name. So I did. All these years, I've kept paying for the domain. And then I got this opportunity at Blueberry Suite, Studio 770's new Blueberry Suite podcast studio, to have a podcast. And I thought, I don't want my life to be all about missing. I want it to be about something else. But America Lost and Found made sense because the biggest lesson I learned when my sister disappeared is that I am not supposed to miss out on my own life because I'm missing something, because I lost something, because I'm grieving something. That I can still live my life, and it is my life. This is my life. And so that's why I wanted Yvonne to come today, because I have known Yvonne since my kids were little, since before my sister disappeared. She has been a really great friend. We've been through some low waters and high waters, and we almost drowned our relationship. But we are thick and strong now, and we've learned so much about life and about each other and about what lasts and what makes a difference. And it's love and it's continuity. And so Yvonne released her 4th album, Lucky Me, with the guidance and friendship of her longtime producer, Matt Bissonette. He works with Elton John, and he's worked with Ringo Starr and all kinds of people. And over the past 20 years, Yvonne has released 4 solo albums, 5 albums with her band Honey House, and has been touring all over the U.S. With a harmonious union of Americana, folk, and blues, Yvonne's music captured her audience through her appealing melodies, her lyrics, and soulful, earthly vocals. From the intimate house concerts to large festivals, her music is like an old friend that warms your day, comfortable and embracing. And she makes me cry, and I'm so proud of her, and I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness when she's playing and just when I'm around her. She is a beautiful human being, and she has learned how to take the losses in her life and turn them into something good. And that's what America Lost and Found is about. Though its inspiration comes from my sister's disappearance and all the different missing people that I have found out about it, and I've met their families. The main focus of this program, America Lost and Found, is that all people suffer loss. We all do. And America Lost and Found is here because we are trying to teach people that there are tools and there are ways to navigate the losses in our lives so that we win over our losses. And I would say Yvonne has done that. Welcome, Yvonne Perea.
I'm happy to be here with you guys. Who wrote that bio anyway? That was a lot of stuff. I'm happy to be here with you.
I'm happy to be here too. So Yvonne, tell us a little bit about your life, your journey with music, and some of your losses and how they have fashioned your journey.
Well, I've been playing music since I can remember, maybe 6, 7, 8 years old. And growing up, my mom worked a lot. She's a single mom. Me and my brother were there, and my older brother. And I always wanted to do talent shows and go to places that I couldn't go without an adult. And mom was always working a lot, and so that was a that was a hard time to be creative young child. I think when you didn't have the freedom to go do the things you wanted to do. But eventually, I played out a lot when I got older and met Janelle, and we did lots and lots of stuff together, toured a lot. And in the middle of all that, my mom got sick and with cancer, and she passed away October 12th, 96. And I was completely devastated. It was my superhero, was mom. And all she wanted for me, she was my biggest fan. All she wanted for me was to do my music. That's all she tried to help me with. But having to work 50 hours a week and driving 2 hours in the morning, and just, it was a lot. And after she passed away, a few years, maybe 2 to 3 years went by where I had this realization that even though my mom wasn't physically with me and she wasn't in the audience physically, or I could hear her, wahoo from anywhere, I know it's her. I realized that shortly after she passed away, I'd gone to Amarillo, Texas. I went on a tour and I met my friend Susan Gibson, who is the writer of Wide Open Spaces. But I met her before all of that stuff. And she wanted to do some touring. I wanted to do some touring. And I was never able to do that because I always had to work, my regular gigs to make a living. And I finally realized that my mom was helping me from heaven. She left me this house in California that I still own to this day, where I mean, there was no mortgage on it. And I was able to utilize that house in a really amazing way to be able to go on tour and come out with CDs and travel around and not worry about having to be home, playing cover gigs. And I don't know if most of you know this, but playing cover gigs is fine. It's a great way to make a living. But for me, my heart and soul, what fills my cup is playing original music for a house full of people that are listening to what you have to say, not playing, Brown Eyed Girl or something, which is a great song, but it's not as fulfilling. And so I finally found my way and my resolve that every time I went on tour, every time I was able to even just write and record, that was my mom. And I realized that I could have her there with me. And she gave me what she always wanted to give me, always wanted to, as my biggest fan. So I think for me, that was a loss, a huge loss, that to this day has still been turned into, well, mom made that happen. I still have the house, I still utilize it, and I'm super grateful. She's always around.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for people going through loss, like maybe a loss like yours or just any loss? Sometimes in life we think that, we're just like going through this drudgery of this thing and we're not ever going to get through it and we're not ever going to feel better. And I, at least for me, we can only speak from our own perspectives, but I've learned that if you wait long enough, answers will come, relief will come, and it's hard waiting, it's hard getting there. But that pivotal moment, like, what was that like? Because you had 2 years approximately where there was no pivot. It was just agony, and your cheerleader and your lovely mom. I was fortunate enough to know your mom, and oh my goodness, what a beautiful human.
She was pretty amazing. Yeah.
She still is. She's still helping out.
Yeah. It's exactly what you said is in the lyrics of Lori McKenna. Time is a thief, and it'll get away from you, and it will destroy you if you let it. But if you utilize time as healing, the first 2 years, like you said, it really was devastating because I didn't realize the beautiful sacrifice that my mom made, and basically the for lack of better words, a gold mine that my mom handed to me and said, you will have, the specific exact words from my mom were, you will have sweet blessings from heaven. And if my mom had anything to do with it, it would be. I could hear her up there. And I did, and I have, but it took a while to get past that grief. And for me, I got to a point finally where the memories and, the loss, the memories turned into making me laugh instead of making me cry. Time is the only thing, in my opinion, in my experience, that helped me get through all of it. And it still does. It still does. She's been gone 28 years. So she's helped me make a career and do what I love to do. So my advice would be to give yourself time. Don't throw anything away. Keep it if you can. I was 29 when she died, so that's still, I would say, pretty young.
It's young.
To make big decisions. I never wanted to own a house, so I was freaked out that I owned a house. And so once things calmed down and time, basically showed me that everything was going to be okay. I was able to function with like the sense of making good decisions, hearing my mom's voice, and realizing what gift she gave to me. What a just extremely beautiful gift she gave me. Of course, I'd rather have her here. But Mom, I could just see her, stop your crying. You have a house. Like, that was Mom.
Be practical.
So, yes, be practical. I know it's raining, but put up your umbrella. You're fine.
You guys wrote that umbrella song, you and Susan.
Yeah, Susan and I wrote,
yeah.
hang up your umbrella.
Yeah. No, so I like that song.
Time is my advice.
Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're saying, I have a guest that comes on, so far he's been on 4 or 5 episodes, Dwayne Bowers. He's an expert in ambiguous loss, and he's worked with a lot of families of the missing. But he says, you got to feel the feelings when they come. Just let yourself feel them. Mm-hmm. When we fight them, it's worse. And it sounds like you gave yourself that time to feel it so you could get that nugget, that one day, boom.
Yeah.
You realize,
absolutely.
Oh, wow, this is a gift. She gave me a gift.
Yeah. It really was a realization. Mm-hmm. But I had to see it through the right eyes.
Right.
And through the right heart and the right emotion. Not be mad at God or mad at Mom or mad at it had to, and sometimes the biggest, favor people can do for you is to go or let you go. And, it's, you start seeing things, I think, more clear
Yeah.
when you're in the midst of it, you can't, but I do feel the feeling still. I still sometimes am in the midst of it, but I'm always so grateful.
Well, Yvonne, thank you so much for being here. I love you.
I love you.
And so if somebody wants to find your music, how can they do that?
I have a website. It's just YvonnePerea.com. And everything is on there. You can buy it there, which I think most artists prefer because the money goes directly to us. But I am on every single digital platform there is.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Yvonne.
You're welcome.
Wonderful day.
It's nice to meet you guys.
Yeah. Goodbye from America Lost and Found and Yvonne Perea. Thank you.